Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ZN Podcast, where tech matters. Today, we will continue with the disaster recovery topic, as we have promised last time that today we will get into the details as to how to prepare for one. There's an article written by Steven Sheinbaum where he talks about the preparation of disaster recovery. He says, when preparing for disaster recovery, you need to look at your business as a thief would. Imagine all the ways in which it could incur losses, then put measures into place to prevent those events. So now we will get into the disaster recovery from an IT perspective. There's a couple of things that you need to have and look at when preparing for disaster recovery. The first one, you need a separate venue or office that is not close to your normal offices. The second one, you need at least reasonable equipment which will be enough for the key business users. For example, if you need 20 key business users in order to continue operating as a business in the event of disaster, you must have equipment ready for the key business users. Number 3, you need to mirror all the servers that you have in your normal office or your main office to the disaster recovery site. Number 4, you need to ensure that all the applications that are on the DR servers have the same version as your normal production servers that are in your day-to-day office. And then the last one for this topic, you need to ensure that you have equipped IT personnel who will ensure that in the event of disaster, the DR site will be up and running. Then, once the above is done, annually, you need to perform a disaster recovery exercise where you will get all the key business users to the DR site and come up with a scenario where you will pretend as if the disaster has occurred and you bring the servers and applications up, get the business users to test and see if they can perform their duties smoothly. Then once this is done, that's where you will determine whether you will be able to continue operating when the disaster has occurred. It is a very important exercise and is also required for audit purposes to ensure that your stakeholders or whoever is invested in your business does not suffer the consequences of disaster recovery. So the above, or what we have just discussed now, is just the traditional DR exercise. There are many other options in the fourth industrial revolution, and then on the next episode we will look into one of them, which is the cloud disaster recovery exercise, which I believe most of the companies that are up to or up in speed, like in terms of technology, they are already doing the cloud disaster recovery as opposed to the one that I've just explained now. And then once we get to do the cloud disaster recovery, we will also get into the business continuity plan, which is one of the very important topics that is related to what we have just discussed now. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.